But no big deep vision. Oh, actually, now as I say that, actually, Stronger with a John is going to put deep vision on to that blue buff to make sure that they know when the Shyvana is going to try and do her late rotation after for the jungle. But anyways, also Akali versus Garen, that's going to be an interesting matchup for sure. But Garen, despite him being rather tanky, when he hits that level 5, he's still a threat to be reckoned with. So Akali might want to try to capitalize on that early game potential until level 5 hits, because when level 5 hits, Garen, that ultimate is going to be doing some pretty, I would say, consistent and reliable damage.
For sure, and as you can see, he's actually fighting on the clearing of minion waves that Akali can do on the top side. But for the meantime, I don't think he's in a position to just be afraid, because this is where Shiba has started in his jungle camp. I'm not too sure if there's going to be a plan on a gank, on a backup from the side of Shyvana on the top side, especially that JLC is actually quite overextended on this one, just shoving the minion waves in here. But yeah, meantime though, we can take a look at the matchup this time in the middle lane. So this is a Zed as well as an Aurelion Sol, and pretty much you can see the Aurelion Sol not really scared about just, zoning out a Rise and just primarily go for a back, which is very much needed, maybe down bot of Shiba.
Also went for the summon spell of Barrier, which is like the best way to counteract his air because of the ultimates, like so determinant in those fights. So I think this is a great pickup. Coming out from this Aurelion Sol, is going to be taking some pretty chunky damage there. Zed is still over 4, level 5 is about to come up, and he's going to be committed to the fight from the CC though. But just a little bit of a trade back and forth, not going to be having too much happening from there. But I'm seeing Shyvana, she's interested in her own division, make sure she can keep track of what's happening with Camille, as Camille has yet to go for those early detrimental ganks. But as I said, she is waiting for that level 5 power spike to single out a target the moment she decides to commit to a lane. So I'm intrigued to see when Camille is going to start to go for those ganks, which seems like she's making her way slowly but surely towards the bottom side. It's a little bit too far pushed, so Camille will not be able to really bring much to the table for now.
Yes, especially they saw that, okay, this area was warded, so in case they want to go for the gank, you can see how Misfortune as well as the Brawl just went on in their turret, just be safe in there, because they know, okay, will this be a Camille going for a gank to us? Fortunately enough, Shyvana was actually able to get no part of that area. So here we go, actually everything just starting off passive as of the moment, nothing really much is happening right now. Given the fact, though, that they are split on the scuttlers that they have secured for themselves, but I think there might be an early advantage in the side of Chakaimook, because they got the early wards, and I think this ward somewhere in the middle lane as well might be able to help them position themselves better later on as we wait 30 seconds from now.
That is true. Checking out also the build so far, we're going to have the BRAWL and the Adrenaline on both sides respectively. Then we're going to have already the Lock-It-In chant. By the way, in case you guys have not been up to date with like the recent patch and what happened in terms of buffs and nerfs, there's been modifications brought to both Redemption and also the Lock-It-In chant, in the way that now if you proc multiple out of row in a row, the ones that follow the first Redemption or Shield will actually give you some. First I came off the
Yeah, on the top side, we just saw that Garen has been bullied by the Akali, and given the fact that they are down with one member, team fights in here, he will be definitely late. You can see that Team Omega Esports already has started the team fighting here. Will at times been committed, and some members of Team Omega Esports who's gonna get the smite on this one. Shyvana just in time is gonna be dashing that would flash out just to be safe as well. Time lapse in here has to back away a little bit. Deadly Flourish will be connecting onto CKM. Gonna go for the curtain call, but not gonna get any targets right after that one. There's a face coming from JLC. Will he get Archony? The stun did connect, but then again, he's gonna get caught by JLC on this one, and gonna get punished for overextending and for even going for the greedy play down bot.
Objective still, baby. Let's go. That's what we like to see. Snatched away. Chakaimook, they're going to be up in a pretty good spot so far. That was a pretty good fight indeed. That's going to be a nice cloud drake going their way, which is going to be especially pretty impactful when it comes to for each advantage. You're going to get to engage fights for it a lot more because of that. So that's going to be great for them all around. But yeah, so, am I going to have time to explain the changes to Redemption and Barrier? Come on, please. Let me time to do it. But of course, like that means that now the more you have, the less efficient they are. Like when you use the first prevention or block and enchant, the next one will have only 50% usefulness. So now you're going to tend to see only one or potentially two items if they do space them out well enough. But now they're just not as relevant to build like a bunch of block and enchant or a bunch of redemption. So it's not going to be viable anymore. So you're going to see a lot more variety in build, which in terms of competitiveness is a lot more fun to look at.
3-4 though so far. We can't see any like despite here Chakaimook securing that first dragon in game, but they got an early position in the bush despite having the sculptor on the side of Team Omega Esports. Are they going to be giving this to Chakaimook for free? Akali's right over there flanking on the side, but curtain call has been bombed. Is going to be enough to go for a steal? No, definitely not going to be enough. And they three-man fight up against JLC on the top side. Let's see if he will be able to survive this one. I don't think so anymore. Oh, look at that bullet time connecting just right on spot, taking down one member from the side of Omega Esports. Meanwhile, on the bottom part of the map, you can see CKM just trying to back away from impressive, having a lot of HP and damage as well. From getting that kill up against the Garen, but again, we talk about some pressure. We talk about some push. The Rift Herald has just been secured by Team Chakaimook, and they're going to be capitalizing on that lead so far on the top side, taking down two turrets just with a few seconds or few matter of minutes.
Wait, Camille for a second was not even split question. She was just like, I'm going to take enemy drop now. This is the play. But not really. I mean, you kind of like potentially crash the turret, get an extra plate or two, and get extra gold off of that. But she did lose a lot of time, unfortunately, with that bottom lane position. And that's two turrets back on over in the Baron lane. That's going to give them just so much map control in the long run, which is great to see. But now their next objective should be, of course, to focalize down that first initial mid-lane turret. If they can do so, that's going to create even more breathing space for them to go with, and they should be able to go. The next Drake is going to be a mountain Drake, which is going to be great seeing how heavy the composition is on the side of Chakaimook. But this Drake is going to be extremely important for them. So this is really also a fight that you've got to keep in mind that Omega Esports can't allow this next Drake to go on over. Otherwise, it's going to make matters even worse for the assassin-based comp. They will not be able to kill anyone at this.
Yeah, again, and this is Team Chakaimook just forcing team fights to happen because we know that the composition of Omega Esports is not really built for that one. 20 seconds from now, we can see the Mountain Drake's about to come up, and there's a good vision award placed in here at, behind the pit of the dragon. So in terms of vision, it seems like Primus is basically capitalizing that one. Meantime, with the top side, we can see a 3-1 fight happening against CKM. Not too sure if they're going to be going to survive that one. Fortunately not, with Zed going for the classic onto him. But then again, we talk about the dragon, not really contested by Team Omega Esports. But we so far have, seen some games where, okay, we did not see at least one dragon, or at least one neutral objectives, but then again, we won the fight. Could this be the case for Omega Esports as they just try to focus on the split push strategy that they have been doing, given that they have a set?
I mean, so far, turret trades, but they do get the extra Drake. Once again, that is going to make things so damn strong for the side of Chakaimook. Now they're going to try and refocus. But it's really strong because they're like, okay, Garen died in top lane. They committed so many resources to cut that kill on Garen that they just weren't allowed to fight back and contest away the Drake. So that was, once again, really well executed by the side of Chakaimook. But this is skill, no man's land. No idea who's going to be taking this game. The gold lead is just barely over 1,000. Also, the kills are just 5 to 6 so far. The 6 kills are indeed in Chakaimook, so there's nothing substantial for the time being. There's still no mini gardens game for now. It's still going to be seen a 3-man push in the mid lane. That is showing once again that they want to try and get some mid lane control, but the lane clear is just a little bit too quick coming up from that kid and jump all around, so they can't crash it for the time being. As Baron is going to be on the menu in the next 20 seconds, and I would not be surprised to see now Chakaimook have been playing so far. They want to try and force a fight towards the Baron pit, then go for the Baron.
Yeah, they don't have no worries about forcing a fight. And I just saw that. I mean, the Brawl just blocking off the fourth bullet of the Jin. That's very useful. I mean, that's very useful to just basically not allow, at least negate some of the damage that may come up on the screen. But yeah, for the meantime, early contest on the Baron Pit as of the moment by Team Chakaimook. Right now, JLC they're gonna go for a Hail Mary play in here and trying to go for a steal on the Baron. Curtain call has been used by the Jin. being blocked off by the BRAWL at the same time. You can see the fight already ongoing on this one. And still by Team Omega Esports, and that Camille just did the Hail Mary play. Now they have taken down the Aurelian Soul as well. Members of Team Chakaimook just going for a revenge play right after their very own Baron getting stolen by Team Omega Esports. Gonna go for a chase quite a bit. You can see in here, time lapse trying to survive that one, but no, without the damage of Miss Words is way too much, but he's gonna die in the hands of that anyway. So this is a lone FIBA this time. Where did the lead of Team Chakaimook go?
Oh, damn. What a steal. I mean, he scored impressive, man. He scored like that for a reason. And that was so well played. The steal was clutch coming up from Camille. And they don't even all die. They still got a few of their players actually steal with the Baron buff. Especially the Zed's still going to be having the Baron buff. And also the Nidala. So they can still have some good influence on that Baron all around. They tried, and like, this should have been a fight, really, that I think Chakaimook could have played a lot better. Reason why? There was a two-man push happening on the side of Mega Esports on the bottom side. They had a 4v3-5 potential Baron pick. Because they did not try and force the fight and instead committed to the Baron, they lost it because of that. If they went for the fight instead, they could have been in a better spot, but Zed's going to be taken in the 1v3.
There we go with Arise, just trying to go for a play, going to be sacrificing that one for as long as the rest of the gang in here on the side of Team Omega Esports. Going to go for the push. Time lapse trying to find a better position as to where he's going to go to try to go defeat it, but not going to be finding that one. They don't really have to get a frontliner. For the meantime, he's going to be safe anyway. Now, is this a table that has turned around already, Maximum? Would you rather say that?
I mean, I think that Chakaimook still have a lot of potential to take it. Like, purely off the back of that fight, it was a little bit troublesome in the first place. Like, it was going to make matters really hard for them. So I think it's still really close. But because they got that Baron push as well, they got, like, mid control, which I keep on saying, I know I sound like a broken record, but I still have to tell you the chat, I get it. But mid lane is the most important if you can secure that first turret, because it just creates so much extra space to push on your allies, on the enemy, should I say. So I think that here is going to give them an extra little double into Omega Esports, as they do tend to now start to play a little bit more aggressive. And the thing is, if they fall behind with their assassin comp, it's not going to work out, so they can't afford to give too much of a lead over, so Drake is going to be contested once again.
Yes, and are they going to go all in onto the team fight? They have to reset. Kurtenko has been using here. I don't think he's going to get the kill up against Team Chakaimook on this one, but JLC quite in danger in the middle lane. Getting that and Saul still all alive and kicking in here with the backup coming from that. Was it the Janna as well? And while that was happening, they still did not manage to take down the mid lane turret in here on the side of Team Omega Esports. While we can see a really good job of minion waves up top, as well as in the bottom lane part of the map. What is happening? This is what we call the split push composition, working really well for the side of Omega. But we're not yet done, because in here you can see Archony as well as Obis in here, just trying to take down Impressive as well. They succeed, but they lost a lot of turns in the process.
Are we seeing a throw coming out from the side of Omega Esports? I mean, kinda. They're taking like weird pushes on the side of the lanes. They're kind of like struggling quite a fair decent bit because of it. And also, yes, I have to mention the elephant in the room here. We are talking about a Shyvana with 3 Drakes. 5 Drake. On top of that, also, she's going to have an Infernal Drake. You're going to have also the Mountain Drake and the Cloud Drake. So they're looking really good as another 5 breaks down the jungle. And that's going to be it for Aurelion Sol.
Yes, for sure. It's a lot of damage being taken in by the members of Omega Esports. Again, we're talking about Shyvana having the 3 dragons with her already, and I think they're gonna go for another attempt to secure the Baron. Will this be a replay of what has happened? Because this is again impressive in the area, but we can see some zone happening. Okay, finally they have secured the Baron for themselves. They're gonna go all in on this one. Yes, the Camille will fall down, and now Jean as well as the Janna will need to back away as the pressure is now in on the side of Team Chakaimook. We can see a signal or a ping coming in from the side of Omega Esports. Okay, pinging to take down the inhibitor turret down bottom part of the map. I think that's going to be risky. It could be wise, but seems like what they would want to do is to just try to still go for a split for short with their composition.
Yeah, I truly believe that how this game is now set, there's no way Chakaimook can lose. If they lose this, it's going to be purely based off a throw. Reason why? They got all the Drakes, Shyvana's completely broken right now at this stage of the game, and also they got the double Zonia on top of the Aurelion Sol and also on top of the Misfortune. So Zed, basically when you think about it, Zed because of that is going to be completely useless in these fights. Like Zed, if he falls behind, is going to be doing nothing in the entire game. So this is going to be mainly down to the Akali, see if they can do some damage, and also down to the Camille. But unfortunately, the lockdown potential is nullified almost because it's just so tanky on the other side. Just seeing how this game is going so far, I'm going to call it already a win for Chakaimook. There's no way they lose this.
Yes, for sure. Let's say about that. And the turret's going to go down that easily. They're trying to go for a set. And now, this is what we're talking about. Impressive. Going to go for that split push work. Let's see if the members of Omega Esports, though, will manage to defend the inhibitor turrets and maybe even the Nexus. This is going to be risky because look at that. They got a buff of minion waves in this one. So I think it's kind of a failed strategy to just go for a split push work with a Camille not present on the defense. Wow, GGWV. I think that was a fast-paced match despite seeing a lot of Drakes getting secured in this game.
Omega Esports on top. Abuse their composition and especially put that Sims in a really, really strong spot. But I think that if they fall behind with their composition, it's just going to be a steamroll. Because if you fall behind against Malphite, Wukong composition, head up also with a Lulu with a Wild Growth, they will not give you any room to make your way back into the game. They will not allow any room for mistakes. So I am a little bit skeptical here to see how the start of the game is going to go for Omega Esports. If they start steamrolling and like get a really good lead, I'm going to be like, okay, they can win. But if they lose like the first, I would say 5 to 6 minutes, 7 minutes tops, I don't think they can take the job with this kind of job.
About that, Joe. But for the meantime, both teams doing good, doing okay in terms of blazing their vision, their wards. This is what we usually see competitive right now. In the first flow of the minion waves, it's usually fine that the support will just be giving that away fully to their ADCs and just allow the ADC to grab all the goals. But for the meantime, looks like there is an invade being planned by Smart Omega right now. Gonna go for that blue buff onto the jungle camp of Team Chakaimook. I'm not so sure though if they will try to go for an answer by going for a counter invade. In case it's gonna be late, I think.
I mean, Lulu's going to put some deep vision. That's just make sure that they can like keep track of the enemy jungler. But like, this is exactly what I was mentioning in the draft. Their composition is heavily reliant around can we get ahead, even if it's just barely in CS. Can we get an extra tier 2 item, tier 3 item? Can we get that just extra little bit of power level in the team fights to remain more relevant and just barely take the edge in the engages? So I think that was a good call for them to go for the invade and kind of just take that gold away from the jungler and get a pretty good spot. But talking about the jungler, the Wukong did go indeed for the counter invade. And that's just going to make things a little bit more even Steven for the teams. But he is a little bit behind in rotation pacing, which could delay that gank pretty heavily.
Yes, for sure. But for the meantime, on the top side, you can see somehow CKM's having a hard time dealing with his Singe, throwing all the poison on the floor, and just putting a lot of pressure on that one. And given that the jungler on the side of Team Chakaimook is not present on the top side, definitely CKM must be very careful of the potential gag that might happen from Impressive. But Impressive not really going to go for that one. Instead, they're going to be going for that comms. I wouldn't really call comms trap because they went for it. But for the meantime, in the middle lane, forced to flash away is it Gragas in the middle lane. I wasn't able to see actually if there was an ignite that was used on him because. Yes. There was, so that's the reason why he actually was forced to flash and just go for the Honey Fruit. That speaks why. Wow, what a start, dude.
Yeah, I mean, also you got to keep in mind that here you're dealing with a Aurelion Sol that, like, in terms of zoning, is the best character to keep people at a distance, especially now that he has just barely hit level 5. So Gragas now, because of that level 5, is really going to be able to win it unless he gets, like, a great engage with his ultimate, but that is a pretty hard one to hit. So yeah, I'm going to keep my eyes out for him all around. JQ, they're going to go for the push once again up against the Singe in the top side of the map. And he does go for the little bump backwards, just going to get a little bit intoxicated. Feels good, feels just like my solo queue chat in game. And now things are going like very slowly. Not too much of a gold lead. Nothing too impressive for the time being. But I'm waiting for the Drake. I think the Drake is going to be the first deciding factor to see what kind of playstyle these two teams are deciding to adopt.
That is definitely when. Now, it basically will tell us that it will just boil down now on how they're going to be executing that play, potentially in the Dragon Pit. But for the meantime, they're going to be poking each other out in here in the river bed. Shiba in here will just try to back away, but they have to reset. They have to reset in preparation for the Dragon that is about to come up 20 seconds from now. And I'm not too sure, because we can also take a look at what the Baron laners are doing as of the moment, because whoever will be able to shove the minion waves faster in heal will be able to respond faster and maybe on a 5-man fight up against that Baron. For the meantime, we talk about the fight. They're going to go for the pokes in here in the Baron pit as of the one. Backup incoming from the Aurelion Soul as well. We can see the stars not really connecting onto anyone, and they go for a tech.
Oh my, Global find mid there on Singe, going to be taking a 1v2. Nice bump coming up from the Olaf, but the ultimate of Malphite does miss as the flash is forced away. Drake is now going to be on the menu. It is a Mountain Drake, which is going to be slowly kicked off, but the leash is going to be left unfinished. So no one is going to commit to the Drake just yet, as both teams aren't really fully prepared for it, but it seems like Monkey is going to go for Dragon. Godzilla is going to die.
Looks like they're going to go for this one as of yet. We can see that the ultimates are currently up as of the moment. Ooh. Yes, they can go for that. Invade Stars really connecting so well onto the members of Team CKM. Oh, the Monkey got killed by that Graves, and this is Omega Esports capitalizing that position. The range is just working so well, and of course the zone capability of the Aurelion Soul did work so well at the same time in making sure that they can go for that play in the Dragon.
Big miscommunication happening for the set of Chakaimook. I think we all just saw Shiba playing with Wukong that he went way too deep. The intention was good. If the team was ready to follow up, that would have been indeed a really strong play, and you're going to be seeing it happen actually on the replay that's currently unfolding. Wukong decides to go for the flash with the ultimate, gets a great double knockup, but unfortunately his team is getting pushed backwards, and because of that, their forces are getting stretched thinly, and they're just not ready to take that fight head on. The fight is then won by the side of Omega Esports, and because off the bat of that fight, they do get the Drake, so now the lead is starting to slowly but surely go their way. And they cannot give away the siege. I mentioned it earlier in the draft, I'm going to say it again. They've got a very steamroll heavy composition. If they lose a fight and they fall behind, things are going to get really tricky for them to maybe try and set up a comeback, because this is not a very comeback possible time.
Yes, for sure. And now we can see the comparison, the itemization in here. For our ADCs, definitely there's a bit of advantage on the Misfortune. It's going to be dangerous, especially in here, that they're starting off the Rift Herald fight right now. Will there be a steal once more? Yes, there will be a steal again. The book time, and again the damage. The Graves will fall down, but then again they got the Rift Herald for themselves. Backup incoming from Arise in here, coming from the back line, just targeting all the backliners as well from the side of Team Chakaimook. Not going to be chasing that Lulu anymore, and for 2 kills. I mean, a lot of you went down already, and we can even go for a push in here onto the top side. Not get done because TKM here in a dangerous spot to actually go for a defensive play up top. But they got to do the flow of minion waves. It's just that the Brawl maybe will try to just prepare, not really deciding on to back up, but instead they're really going to go for a push in this top turret.
Aurelion saw that fight arrive just like Shanks and Marineford Arc in one piece, just like stop. They all stop and they all left, and they're like, okay, we're gonna take a fight later on. Thank you very much. We appreciate your contribution, and they remove the fight to later on. But so far, we are still seeing the steamroll, the snowball composition getting set up. Nice pushback from Singe in the mid lane. They will be not able to find it. Redemption comes on through, but that is going to be all said and done. And he does die to the Redemption, actually, which does really happen, but still really good kill. Once again, coming the other side as a Monkey. Taking so much down. Like, he is so squishy right now, Kasaya. He is struggling.
Yeah, definitely struggling. I think the problem in here from the side of Japan, they keep on starting the objectives super early. Like, okay, first long as their objectives, we are positioned to start another, instead of just going for a pickup fight. But for the meantime in here, we can see the members of Team Omega Esports just going for the fight. 2 members down right away on the side of Team Chakaimook, and they're going to go for a push in the middle lane. They still got a Rift Herald on their side. They might be able to take 2 turrets while they still have the Reef Herald and a good flow of minion waves as well. Wow, massive amounts of damage. You have to do 2 range damage dealers down the side being pulled up by that Draven, but the Draven can't do anything about it. There's not much enough damage, and just like what we saw a while ago, there's already a lead that is currently being seen on the side of Omega Esports. Not to mention even the itemization for both the marksman on the side of Omega Esports.
I mean, I'm scared for Chakaimook. Main reason why is because Draven is a character that scales really badly if behind, like compared to, for example, a Kai'Sa or Jinx that has the potential of like doing a good comeback later on in the game. When you have a Draven that is not in a good spot, and his early game is where normally he is at his best, when he's the strongest, and if he's not able to get ahead, and currently he's like in 0-1-2, which is a pretty bad score overall, he is going to be completely irrelevant in his composition. So I think that now you're not really going to have to rely around Draven. You want to mainly try and rely around those CC combos that we have yet to see. Well, Jake is once more going to be on the menu. It's going to be an Ocean Drake. They're going to take it. They didn't just redemption up the... It's just redemption the Drake. Okay, fair enough. You know what? That's going to be another easy pickup as the rest of the team of Chakaimook are nowhere to be seen to try and contest it.
Now, this is the time that Chakaimook is calming down. Not really going to go or position themselves early on in objectives. Looks like they're going to go for a counter play. But for the meantime, they're going to go dive onto our rising here onto the top side. Will he kill? Yes, they will. JLC onto the backup though, but I don't think he can do anything to defend the tier 2 turret up top. Meantime, you can see another sleeper's work being done in here by Impressive in the bottom lane part of the map right now. Looks like anytime soon tier 2 turret is going to fall down as well. Going back on the top side fight is currently happening. CKM super low, so CKM members are super low. Bullet time connecting onto the targets. Going to was that 3 this time? Oh, went up wrong, but that's totally fine. You're taking a lot of objectives in here. Both the bot lane, they bought the bot lane part of the map as well as the top side. Gragas, what can he do? Maybe he can just try to toss away the members of Team Omega Esports, but he's taking a lot of damage from that race. I don't think they will be able to finish this yet because the death timers are still low.
I thought for a second the entire team was going to go back by teleport and just jump in to finish. I'm like, well, maybe, but like, no, it was actually just one teleport from the irrelevant.
Yeah, so, man, that happened to me in ranking.
That's horrible. that must feel really bad. But like, also going back around that fight, like that was a great push, a great play from Chakaimook. Like they found a peek onto the Aurelion Sol that was out of position, that was solo. They find a really good fight. They got 2 turrets too, which gave them once again access to the enemy base if the comeback doesn't fold in their favor. But then they're just like, we're going to go and slowly move away. That was the issue though. Slowly move away. And they got caught up so easily to reality. They got slapped in the face with the Galaxy right afterwards. So they just had no reason to overstay their welcome. And by doing so, they just threw that potential comeback opportunity out the window because they were just a little bit too slow to move away.
Man, 3 full items already onto the graves. In the meantime, the Wukong only has 2 as of the moment, even completing his enchantment for the goods. But for the meantime, will this be a 4-team fight? They got off guard by a rising here. A lot of damage coming from Brilliant Soul, and of course, though, the Malphite is going to go on to a dive onto the members of Team Omega Esports, but Bullet Time disconnecting so well up against the members of CKM. And where are you going, my friend Draven? I think that's the wrong path. That's not where you're based it, and this is a wipeout, and I think this is gonna be it. An ace on to Team Omega Esports, ending the game in around 12-minute game time.
That is one damn great game. Exactly. I said in the draft, and it's
gonna be it? Am I saying it too early?
It's fine. They take the dub. They take the dub. It's pretty obvious it's going to be happening. But like we talked about in the draft, like you're going to be seeing the Gold League 2 coming on through in the stats. Like you're going to see it to be entirely red, entire way, as they were just from the very early stage, they were already in a really strong lead. So like I'm just not surprised because they were just ahead at the start, and at that point their comp was just heavily reliant.
Going to be an invade coming up from the Lee scene, and just capitalize on the advantage that, okay, we're more mobile. In case we fail to invade, then we just go back away, and that's it. But yeah, so far we can see 4 people actually grouping up on the top side. They got the Camille off guard. This is going to be a first blood anytime soon. Nope, that's not going to be it, but at least they send some information that we're going to be go aggressive in this game 3.
that was the fastest flash I believe we have so far. 8-second flash it took. that was a pretty interesting one overall, but now we're going to be seeing also the Gorky getting a little bit bullied by the basic attacks of this Orianna, which, Orianna basic attacks because of her passive become really, really relevant the more she basic attacks, so not too shabby indeed. But you know what, so far also we're still going to be looking for the Lulu Kai'Sa composition. There are 4 things for sure in life: death, taxes, Lulu and Kai'Sa being OP, and also people asking for Shinbu to cast in the chat. So we'll see exactly how things are going to be rolling out for us in this game. Hopefully some good action to come on through, but it is still 1-1. Whichever team wins this one will have a lead, but it'll still not be over, as these are indeed some BO5s. We do have a little switcheroo, by the way. Alistar and Jin taking a 1v2 versus this... Oh, versus Garen. Well, Alistar takes a lot of damage from the turret for really no reason.
Yeah, well, kind of risky on this one, leaving the Garen up against a Jin who can fast clear. And up against an Alistar can actually just CT you, but for the meantime, seems like Omega Esports going to be eyeing on to taking down the first turret ASAP compared to what Team CKM can do on the bot side. So you can see some counter plays in here happening from both ends of the map. JLC, but oh, look at that! Shiba super low in HP thanks to the passive coming out from the Alistar, but then again, the Jhin is going to get punished as well down bot. And not only that, seems like Omega Esports can be securing the first hit of the game. This is a good start. This is a good start for Omega Esports.
It is indeed... Oh, wait, I thought Camille was going to be spotted away for a second, but that's going to be a turret picked up in the top side of the map.
They're baiting him. They're baiting him.
Yeah, they're trying to be like, hey, come over here. You're missing a loss. Yes, ha ha ha. He's not going to fall for it. He's not going to go for it. But like, this is really good play. Yeah, he's like, maybe no.
come here, and they try to teleport just to bait him out, but I don't think the Camille is going to be falling for that bait. But he's showing himself up. Just a little bit of delayed first turret take by Team Omega Esports. They want to be like, they want to be smooth somehow. They don't want to be that aggressive. Okay, all right. After taking down the Jhin on the bot side, maybe even potentially even taking down the Listen on the bot side, they're gonna take it a little bit slow by delaying that first turret take up top.
I mean, things are getting a little bit interesting. Like, if I was that Camille, I would have took my iPad and thrown it out the window already. I was like, come on, let me see us, boys, please, give me a chance. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case whatsoever. And also, they do get some extra gold purely off the plates they were able to get on that top lane turret, so they are looking at... Like, we're only 3 minutes into the game. Look at the gold lead. 3,000 gold lead in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Level 5 Garen versus level 5 Camille. What can the Camille do on this one? Because he wasn't able to see us up top a while ago. Real nice play coming from Omega Esports earlier on. But yeah, now they go back to the usual laning, wherein we have the duo laners in the bot side nearby the Dragon. And seemingly like they want to contest this another turret down bottom part of the map, and you're going to be going for that engage. Look at that play, 2 man down on the side of Team Chakaimook, and potentially even taking down the turret. A flow minion wave is about to come. Not without a siege minion though, but I think this is a good play. This is a good way to start off the game. I mean, they have been snowballing since 0 game time.
I mean, you have Overgrowth on the Olaf. You have Olaf pop also his ultimate, so he's going to be also getting some really big damage through. Like, what can he do? What can he do at that point? Exactly, you can do absolutely nothing. Chakaimook are just getting cyber bullied under our very eyes. And now, because they got themselves the first turret on the top lane, and they're potentially trying to do that once again, because they're sending the entire comp once again down in bot, they're going to try and get control, especially of this Drake position, of the Drake pit, which it should be their next focus, which is indeed going to be the case. And unfortunately, they are not in a position to contest it. Corky's going to try and join up, but it's not going to make matters easy for them. That is going to be an easy Ocean Drake to come in the way of Omega Esports. Like, it's just been 4 minutes, but like, I can't see them fall behind here. Like, unless a big throw happens, like, they're already just so confident, and with such a big lead in just a few minutes, 5,000 gold lead in less than 5 minutes, like, they are up for victory.
Yeah, and by the way, this is Jhin, who died twice already, forced to make use of his flash to back away from the aggressive down bot part of the map. Let's see though if Chakaimook will be able to make a play up top by taking down an outer turret up top.
Outer turret is going to be contested though. Be careful on the Garen. He's going to be trying to go a little bit deep inside the jungle. Honeyfruit going to come his way, but no, he's not expecting it. 1v2 coming his way here, and he's going to be now slowly contested. He's going to go down. Saya is going to be up to the issue. Oh, wait,
yeah.
okay.
Apologies on that one, but yeah, in here we can see Garen going down. First casualty on the side of Team Omega Esports, but no worries about that because there's a good push happening down bottom part of the map. But be very careful because they're getting sandwiched by the members of Team Chakaimook in their very own jungle camp in here, but backup incoming. They're gonna go for that killer instinct by the Kaisa, but has to back away just a little bit because the damage somehow going present on the Corki to be completing the Triforce for himself. So if there's no Jin that is online as of yet, then there's a backup coming for Corki.
Woo, man, some big surprises happening there, but once again, showing that Omega Esports, they got the lead and they're not ready to give it up just yet. The gold lead has been reduced to just about 4,000 now, so still showing that Chakaimook are trying to stay relevant in this game, so still they're not giving up just yet, but still things are looking pretty dire for them now. This jungle control is especially being pretty predominant. I want to start seeing a little bit more deep vision coming on through from the side of especially Omega Esports to try and keep that lead under their control so they can scout down especially what the Lee Sin is doing, because currently Lee Sin is... Oh, no, that's way too early. Shiba is going to be taking some early damage.
He's going to go for that try to attempt for the... Still, here we're going to be Hexic. Oh, they actually managed to steal the Rift Herald, but there's the chase coming up from Impress and the rest of the gang in here from the side of Team Omega Esports. The damage from the Ikatheon rain from the Kaisais is also way too much to handle already. Yes, they did secure or stole that Rift Herald, but then again, they're going to be losing their mid turret, and that's going to be filling all the jungle camps of Team Chakaimook, and that's going to be looking so scary. What more? This is a Corki that needs to back away already before he even gets caught off guard by the members of Omega.
Yeah, like Herald here was just not worth for you losing a Jin already. You lost 2 of your players. That was just not worth taking it. Oh, of course, also seeing how good the rotations have been of Omega Esports. Even if a Herald comes on through, I'm pretty sure that Herald is going to have very minimal impact because the rotations have been just so quick, so swift for Omega Esports. Unless they win a fight or get them an advantage in some way, shape, or form by finding 1, 2, 3 picks in a nice little fight or find some play out of position, then capitalize on that amount of opportunity to try and maybe push a side lane, which I think would be the good way, as Garen's going to be caught up in a 1v3.
Okay, JLC in here. We'll just be very careful. Gotta go for the power hug instead of getting poked down by the members of Team Chakaimook. But for the meantime, down bottom part of the map, you can see that Olaf, impressive, is going to go down under turret onto the hands of the Corki. But fortunately enough, they get a good flow of minion waves. Even they will not be able to manage in taking down the turret. At least they are able to shove and get a position early on, maybe on this dragon that is about to come up. Olaf is about to come up as well 1 second from now. And yeah, the Garen gonna go for that teleport in the mid lane as well to potentially help out in fight that might happen somewhere, both in the mid or maybe in the dragon cave. I think it's gonna be starting off in this dragon.
This is actually really good. This is actually really well played. They put the Herald in mid to try and take the attention away from it and maybe to go for Drake, but unfortunately the play will not go. The idea was good. Unfortunately, that was something that you can see that they were completely prepared for. Omega Esports hey, do you think we were born yesterday? Bro, we know exactly what you're doing. And they're just going to contest it away. And also because Camille's going to be off away, this allows them to potentially force a fight towards this dragon pit, which I believe now they're just clearing the vision, making sure that no vision is remaining around this pit to make that dragon pit, that dragon capture even easier for them. Lee Sin is what do you want me to do? They're taking it, I can't contest it. Maybe a steal. They're not going to have
nice attempt though, nice attempt. It was so close, but he can't just go in there and try to go for a steal, or rather he died. But I like the Sonic blow. I mean, maybe a split seconds just late. But yeah, we'll see about that. For the meantime, there's a chase ongoing on to this Olaf as of the moment. Gonna be making this ultimate to back away. Gonna go for a flash as well. Curtain Call has been used. Gonna be going for the 1 hit, but I'm not yet too sure if Impressive will be able to survive that one now anymore. But that was a goodbye time for the rest of the members of Team Omega Esports, because look at what time lapse is doing in the middle lane as well. He shot the minion waves and now gonna back up top. Ariana will be securing that kill, and this is a space created for Team Omega Esports. Oh, not the dump. Polymorph has been used by Stronger in here, just securing one more kill for that Kaisa. And now, again, this is a good shove of minion waves both up top and in the mid.
This is an example of, unfortunately, committing too heavily to a fight, going too deep in a fight, and then paying the price because of it. But Camille, hey, we're going to try and contest that red buff. Going to go for the ult onto Garrett to keep him around by enemy players, but this is not looking great for the side of Omega.
Definitely, they have to back away. JLC is so low. They have to wait for the rest of the members in here to be ready and be on full health, because you gotta be careful as well on what the Alistar can do. Said that even that Camille as well. We're talking about two here, Porky, which was their mid laner, as well as this team, which was their ADC on the bot side part of the map. So you still cannot discount that one out, because they're, even though we can see an advantage in the side of Smart Omega, we can still see that sometimes, somehow, PKM is able to answer.
They've been able to find some pretty decent answers. I 100% agree with that point actually right there. But after, is it going to be substantial for the long term? That is going to be the question to be answered. But I'm seeing especially like here that this Olaf and also this Lulu, like it's a better love story than Twilight right now. They're just like hand in hand engaging the fight, like, oh please give me the wild growth, dude. I got you, homie. We're good to go. And then they just like completely obliterate the competition. And you also got to keep in mind that Omega Esport, we have yet to see like a proper 5v5 team fight. I think that the moment that happens, they will be the team dominating, purely based off the fact that they have that Kai'Sa, they got that Shockwave ultimate coming out, also from the Orianna. They accomplish just so well rounding up, and I'm loving to see it. But when I'm looking on the other side, 0-3 Jin, we talked about bad scaling for Draven. Like Jin is in a really similar spot, but if he falls behind, like Jin, like I think we can both agree that like Jin's comeback potential as a one-man character is not all that great.
Nah, I mean, especially if it's a care about the mobility of that Kaisa versus what the Jin can do in order to survive a 1-5. But for the meantime, you can see a lot of folks coming in here from the side of Team Omega Esports. Killer Instinct has been used already to chase down the Listen. The Listen will fall down to 2 fights happening on the top side, as well as somewhere in the middle lane part of the map. In the game, CKM needs to back away. The members on the side of Team Chakaimook is down with 2 members, and this is a great opportunity for Team Omega Esports to even go for that Baron.
I mean, it goes without saying. That's like the obvious pick. And also, while they have Baron, that's going to be also giving a buff to the minions, so they're going to keep on shoving lanes, and that's going to make also them to give them a great opportunity to just go straight for the dragon. It's about to stop the pop, let's say, in the next now 10 seconds. There's going to be a 1v1 Orianna versus Corki. We all know that Corki is going to be no competition. Maybe. No, actually, no, I take it back. No, Orianna's going to win that one pretty dominantly. It was somewhat close, but still, she got ahead pretty nicely. And now, because they got an extra kill on the Corki, Dragon is up for the taking in a 5v4. You know, once again, Chakaimook just can't contest it away. This is going to be another great pickup. 3 Drakes so far. They go Infernal, Mountain Drake, and Ocean Drake. Like, this is just sealing the fate of Chakaimook in a way that they cannot make this comeback happen with that kind of composition.
It's so hard. I mean, this is a Jin that still has yet to get at least 1 kill. Still on a 0-3 score, but for the meantime, the Baron buff is still up in here, allowing the members of Omega Esports to go for a push in the middle lane, maybe even taking down the insert and clearly. But, backup from Porky, though, is in here. Yeah, on the top side, though, we can see the 2v1 fight ongoing. A Rise, we'll be able to secure a kill. Sonic Wave connecting onto a Rise, but I don't think they're going to go for it, because this is a full HP Orianna we're talking about. And in the middle lane, you can see that the inhibitor turret has already fallen down. I don't know. Is this going to be it? I mean, this is kind of a very dominating game, just in case. And I'm going to go for the critical. I don't think it's going to do anything against Omega Esports. And man, this is another 4-man wipeout. Jin can't do anything. I mean, he's just there in a fountain, just hoping for some miracle to happen for Chakaimook.
Well, what do you want to say about that? Utter, absolute, damn domination coming on through Omega Esports. I mean, yeah, like, they had the good draft, they had the good rotation pathing, and overall, it's just that they were the stronger team in that matchup, respectively. And also, like, Olaf, Lulu, they picked 2 top tier S, double S, triple S, whatever you want to call it, top
that we also have to consider. Okay, are they getting tilted in this one? Will they still potentially be able to come back? But if they are good in mentally resetting themselves, then they might go for a comeback play here in round 4. But we don't know that because we're not physically with them. We don't really know what is in their minds at the moment. But yeah, if I will just be basing on the draft, their Chakaimook might have some say.
We'll have to see then. Ladies and gentlemen, this might just be the final game of this BO5 series of Omega Esports taking their toll in this matchup versus Chakaimook. So far, if you guys did join a little bit late in the stream, let me just do a quick recap. We are so far in this BO5 series 2-1 lead in favour of none other than Omega Esports. They have been dominating in the winner side of the bracket, and if they keep on doing, they might just do a grand slam and dominate all the winner bracket and make it straight to the finals without ever touching the dirty waters of the loser bracket. They stand far, far, far away from it. So now this game is going to be happening, and especially I'm looking down in the southern side of the map. They're going to be also playing with the split rank that we mentioned against a Lux and also a Kaiser. If he hits those big boy grabs, it's going to be interesting. But also, it is Corky in the mid lane while Ziggs is playing ADC.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I did not actually expecting Ziggs to be in the middle lane and Corky in the bot side part of the map. Something much interesting happening as of yet. But a while ago, we did see that Stronger, the Blitzcrank, attempted to go for a pull or a hook from the jungle camp of Vi. I think what Team Omega Esports should have capitalized in the early stages of the game is to annoy the jungle camp or the jungler on the side of CKM, but they did not bother. They just want to mind their own business. Potentially, maybe they're thinking, okay, maybe they know themselves that, okay, this is a stronger draft compared to what we have, and I think we just have to play it safe than just, going for a much riskier play that we're not really sure.
In terms of rotation too, nothing too. Oh, I just realised I don't have the field of war. I got it deactivated. There you go. Now I can actually see what's happening around the map. Oh my god, I got eyes. This is awesome. But no big deep vision happening so far. But here it is, going to be having Shiva taken straight up a one-on-one. But he sees that also is followed up with the Oriana. He's like, I don't want to get too involved with that one. I am going to be taking a rest, a little vacation, and move away from that one. While in the bottom side, this Blitzcrank is giving some good passive pressure purely because of the grab being available, but no grabs that have yet to connect, which makes me a little bit sad because that was an old Blitzcrank one trick, and I want to see some good grabs connect. Come on, give me, please.
I think they're waiting for perfect time where the backup is much present on the side of Omega Esports. And, it's going to be something risky because they got a lock in here. You can just get a lock in under a turret, and they're just going to be taking damage and rain off the Kaisa. So it's going to be risky to actually go for the kind of play, just going so aggressive if without the backup coming from maybe the Jarvan or even the Corky from the mid. So let's see how this will go so far. Everyone just won peace at the start of this game.
Start of this game. I mean, this is a very slow
pace.
There you go.
Yes, here we go. And we can see the ultimate popped up by that Lux already. Ikithi Rain has been thrown out by the Geisa, but not enough damage to deal with as of yet. We're just a 3-minute game time, but at least they are sending each other back to the next.
That was a fun one though. A little bit of a nice fight. The grab did connect, but unfortunately, they hit the grab. The moment they were unfortunately they were out of mana, so they were like, oh, well, we got the grab, but what now? Well, nothing. Unfortunately, when you have no mana as a Ziggs, you're not going to do very much work. So they knew that unfortunately they could not commit, so they decided to fully disengage and leave the fight, which I think was the best course of action indeed. As the mid lane is going to be contested, you got yourself a 2-man push. You got also Blitzcrank has been starting to grow, and he's ready to go. You know it. There you go.
Here we go. The grab connect, not enough. They're gonna go for it. Seems like they know. Okay, that Ariana is going towards that right side part of the map. Maybe there's a backup incoming then. So let's just be safe and just back away. Let's not commit onto this kill that is not really part of objective. But look at the grab onto the Lux in here. This is the ultimate coming from the Jarvan as well. And they've been popped up by the Lux as well. Look at the shields perfectly being done by the Lux as well. And wow, that was impressive. The jungler on the side of Omega Esports going down. And this is a good start for Team Chakaimook. And at the same time, look at the Olaf actually going for a push up top.
Oh my god, that Lux's floor gang for sure. Like, she barely survived that one. But now that also potentially opens up an opportunity for Drake. It doesn't seem like they're too interested just yet. That could have been a viable option indeed. Like, that was a good grab. After the single of healing and then the shields coming on through from the entire squad of Chakaimook was just like, it was good play from like both sides respectively. So they both deserve a lot of respect for that entire engagement. The first blood did indeed go the way of Chakaimook. With 5 minutes in, and there's only been one kill, the goal is of only 500 in favour of Chakaimook, purely based off of that first blood too. Like, this game is taken real seriously because this is, once again, do or die for Chakaimook. If they lose this, they are out in the loser bracket and having to play once again to fight their way for the finals.
That's for sure. But for the meantime, I think... Oh, look at that grab connecting onto the Vi. Once more, lots of damage in here. Corky sending Shiba back away, forcing him maybe to just go back onto the base, onto the Nexus, and just why is he going back in here onto the fight? Oh, that was a risky play. Why did he do that? He could have been like go onto a safer route by just okay, wait, I'm super low, I'm less than half HP. I think what he has in mind is that okay, there's a backup coming in away from my teammates, but actually did not happen. I think there's a little bit of miscommunication in that one. We can see the final spark being pulled up by the Lux, not gonna be stealing that dragon. Man, I was kind of disappointed what Vi did in that part. Why did he go back? He knows that he's super low.
Yeah, I don't know what the intention was behind that one. We can already see the Vice currently at the blue position, but might be also if they're telling us that they want to try and go for a push on the Herald, but I do not think they're unfortunately going to have the resources to do so, so I'm going to be seeing how things are going to be going. But I'm going to be taking a quick snippet, quick look on the top side of the map where it's going to be actually this Olaf versus this Gragas. So far, Olaf has been in a pretty still fight. 0-0 currently. Same thing also ditto for the Gragas, and he's going to make his way down to help and assist the jungle and the mid lane of Oriana to go for the Herald. It's going to get picked up by the Vi. Now they can try and get some good pressure, but so far Chakaimook, they've shown that they like to go for some side lane pushes with those kind of heralds early on, which I would not be surprised because top lane has been so heavily hindered already in the early stage that if they want to try and chuck it up there, it could be a good way to do so. But I think that their intention with that is to wait for the dragon to respawn and use that as a point of pressure to attract attention away from the dragon pit so they can potentially take you with very small kind of interferences to go with.
So true, but for the meantime, everyone's just going for a reset. Gonna go back on to managing all the minion waves in the lanes. But the Oriana has to be very careful because a lot of actually it is the Olaf that has to be very careful on the top side. It looks like he's gonna get sandwiched anytime soon. But the members of Omega Esports in here, lots of abilities getting thrown on. There goes the Flatten and going for the Cataclysm as well, taking down these Olaf up top. But now a chase on who's gonna get the first turret down in here, and the advantage definitely onto the side of Chakaimook, them having the Rift Herald down bottom part of the map as well.
And we also saw Jarvan just almost died to the turret with like no one around him. He's like he literally almost died just a few seconds away. So that was a pretty close one. But this is a great Herald push coming on through from Chakaimook because they know like there's a big fight happening on the other side. It's going to push it as Gragas get dived up so heavily here. Going to get ulted by the Lux and will go down eventually.
That's for sure. And now in here, just as expected, they will try to go for another turret push in the bottom lane part of the map. Not going to be successful, but at least that is a turret that is less than half life already. And also a position for the Olaf to even go for some good flow of minion waves up top, while the rest of the members of Omega Esports will be coming from both the Nexus or even from the bot lane part of the map. We'll see how this will go, because so far I'm still not discounting the capability of Omega Esports in this game. Oh, no. Quite an overstay though. I think you should have let the minion waves just hit the turret and just go back when you saw that, okay, there's the members on the side of Omega Esports are no longer present down bottom part of the map, so I just have to back away. So there's some risky plays in here. You can see somehow there is this good draft for the side of Chakaimook, but there are some plays that they are choking out.
I mean, like, this is their do or die draft. Like, this is the composition with, like, a lot of top tier. You got Kai'Sa, you got Oriana, you got Olaf. Despite the small enough that happened on Oriana, it's still a strong pickup. Gonna go for the dive, though, on the Oriana in the bottom lane. Azil connects, though, but she'll go down 1v3 and can't do much against it. Unfortunately, that should be an extra tower going down. How is the rest of Team of Chakaimook going to respond to this? Seems like not by doing too much. Sure, they might pick up the lane in the top side. Olaf is going to get it. pretty easily, but unfortunately that is going to be a lost trade going in favor of Omega Esports with that extra frag.
And now in here in the middle lane, that one violent as well, but back up in here, coming from the BRAWL, even going for a kill onto Vi. Shields won't be enough. Corky is in here to back up as well. Flanking on the side though is that Olaf, but it lost a turret, a lot of turrets actually. The bot lane part of the map, well, impressive. That Jarvan the fourth going for that other macro objective for Omega Esports. So, man, again, I mean, I see a lot of choke points in here from the side of KM. They're losing their capability, their strength in the draft. But then again, you mentioned it already, okay? If the Vi actually goes to target a particular member on the side of Omega Esports, it just gets baited, probably on their turret, or maybe even it's a Corky target, then the Corky is just going to go back away, far away, and go, allowing the Vi to just go quickly. Then they're going to, CKM's going to suffer, but for the meantime, they're going to go a steal onto the Ocean Dragon. They're going to go fight as of the moment. Steals coming here and there, coming from both the Orianna as well as the Lux. They're trying to manage all of the, look at it, coming from her, well, taking down the Vi. The Vi unfortunately has to take down some of the turret damage in there while he was under turret of Omega Esports. But if you take a look at the scenes, he's doing a lot of good job in clearing the minion waves, not allowing the members of CPM to go for it.
And the steal almost happened there, but Chakaimook were able to hold on strong and secure it, and actually smited by the... Oh my God, talk about getting melted. See you later, Alligator. Orianna just got sent in the fourth dimension. She's off the rift entirely, and Baron is up for the count. They got the man advantage now, 5v4. This could be the first Baron pickup in this game. It goes without saying, that should be the obvious decision, but Jarvan is more interested with a red buff apparently. He's like, red, please give me this.
Lux just made use of her final spark, so we have to wait around 23 seconds in case they want to go for a Baron sale. But anyway, Omega Esports doesn't really want to go for that risky play, knowing that they still have, it is just 11-minute game time, and they still have to respect that the death timer cooldown is not that heavy as of yet for the side of CKM. So basically the response time from CKM is still present, so they gotta be careful in taking down objectives, well as the members of CKM might still be able to respond. And in here, surprisingly enough though, you can see that the gold lead is now on the hands of Omega Esports, because a lot of chokes that has happened from the side of CKM. You're now getting punished for all those kind of plays.
They are getting punished really heavily. I fully agree with that point. I want to still see Blitz try and go for some nice grabs eventually, because that's the entire point of it. Blitz trying to get some good initial engages and having the team follow up on that. I want to see a little bit more of that potentially, but here it is, the four-man push happening pretty heavily, while Olaf and Corky are just like, we don't want to really get involved with that fight. We shall take care of the bottom side of the map. But here might just be an opportunity to pull off a bait towards the Baron pit. They cleared all the vision earlier. They would be going in pitch black darkness, and Chakaimook have no idea what the hell is happening on that side of the map. They might be doing Baron. They might be doing something else. We have no clue. But now they make their way back into mid. They know for sure it's not going to be the case. It's a grouping on top of the Vi.
Oh, man. Here we go again with a grab connecting onto the Vi. Back up and come from the Lux. And the final spark is going to be connecting onto one target from the side of Team Omega. Down that Gragas. One man down for both sides of the game, but the map control, we can say, is currently on the side of Omega Esports. They caught this Orianna of in the bushes as of the moment, and definitely the tip is gonna be a point in here. Gonna go for that ultimate onto anyone, and I think this is gonna be a dead Orianna anytime soon.
I mean, I think I'm gonna tell you, I'm sure that's a dead Orianna, but ultimately, I mean, hey. So, your boy needs some gold, okay? I get it. It's a hustle right now, but come on, don't hold the minions like that, please. Even though it was the last resort, maybe a little bit of a misclick. Olaf is going to Ragnarok himself out of that one, make sure he can't get CC down. He's going to get away from that fight, but man, Corky's chasing. He's being damn aggressive as the flash comes on through, but the grab misses.
And here we go. In here we can see how Chakaimook is trying to manage things macro-wise. You can see the Olaf's going to try to go for that split push work, but yes, he has the teleport available, but I think he hasn't been utilized that well in this game so far, because many times he just tried to walk through towards his teammates, but not really utilizing the split push potential coming up from the Olaf. So let's see what will happen in here from the backside of this Baron. We can see the Vi attempting to go for his steal. The grab has been used already, and seemingly no steal, but they're going to go all out onto this team fight as of the moment. Impressive is so low, he's going to be falling down onto the hands of the member of Team Chakaimook. Stronger, super low, not really super low, but he's getting chased down by this Olaf as well. And on the top side though, still making use of that GA. There goes the hook, there's going the silence. Let's see if they're going to be surviving. They are under the turret of Team.
What?
Oh man, what was that? What was that? They're not respecting the turret of Omega Esports. Man, that is a turret that you have to deal with. Yes, you got. Man, I mean, that was so questionable. Why?
Good. What? That's the question of the hour. Why? Why would you do this?
And you don't really have a good flow of minion waves, man.
So I'm just gonna dive now and then like, to be honest, like the feeling that came out after, so like his system was really strong, but like guys, I'm telling you right now, Ziggs
we have it on the
secret
replay.
Ziggs is secret OP. I'm telling you right now, like you gotta pick that one all the time now. That's gonna be becoming meta in the rank games. But now they're just gonna be just flying down the mid laner position, especially because of Ziggs. He can just truck down turrets when they're towards 20% HP, can just melt them down and put down some C4, and the FBI will be cracking this one open. There you go, that's going to be done. Ziggs connects it, and now it's just the Nexus open for the count.
Oh man, I mean, this is now your turret no longer present on the side of Team Chakaimook. We'll see lots of dance position may happen in here. Impressive, gonna go target, and there's Lux, which making it hard for him a while ago. Quirky though will fall down, and now Impressive is locked in his very own cataclysm in here, and it takes flag on the side as well. Stronger, super low, gonna making use of that blast cone to save himself, but the chase is still there. Gragas might he be locked in here. GA still present on CKM as well, but in the middle lane you can see what the Ziggs is doing. Gotta be careful on that one because Ziggs, he can definitely clear the minion waves super fast, while the Vi is actually working towards securing the Cloud Dragon. And okay, that was not the Elder as of yet, but yeah.
So we see Chakaimook throw, then after that we see Omega Esports throw. Game of Thrones, more like Game of Thrones. This is what I'm seeing happen right now. These teams are kind of having a hard time staying consistent as Vi's going to take them on 1-1. Ziggs, how dare you not get tower dived by me earlier? I'm going to get vengeance against Vendetta on him. So there you go. That's going to feel and done setting the score straight. As now it's still 13-13. There's only a 2k goal to get in favor of Chakaimook. Like, things have just been going so heavily back and forth that, like, I don't know who's going to be taking this one potentially, because things were going pretty normally at start, but now this game is going. This is a weird game. I think I'm really agree with this. Like, things are getting real weird.
Yeah, it's so weird to the point that you don't know that. Actually, I did not expect. I think not. It wasn't really that choke play coming from the side of Omega Esports. It's more like they know who to target. It's just apparently they got caught off guard. They kind of like disrespected the CC potential coming in from the side of CKM as well. They got to deal with a set that might be coming up. But hold the spot because we can see another fight ongoing in here. Super low. Was it Vi? Yeah, super low Vi right now. But look at the damage coming from the Ziggs right now. But then again, it is Team Omega Esports losing one member their side, and they have all the right inside of Chakaimook to actually go aggressive in the middle lane. But they got to be careful again in the turret damage just in case they choke out once more.
I mean, even a good grab from the Blitzcrank, they were still not able to capitalize and find the frag. Like, this is just Chakaimook really trying their best to survive it, and they were able to do so. But now they're going for the Baron. Wow, Jarvan, what are you doing, Jarvan?
What
He's
is
going to go
this,
for the back door.
man?
He's going to go for the back door right now.
Is this really a back door?
Oh,
everyone's just going for a teleport. This is a back. What? Going from Omega Esports. This is gonna be it. The game of the day. Really highlight worthy. You guys made our day so amazing. I mean, that one. Oh, this is why you really have to take a look at the itemization. Are they changing to teleport? And then we can't expect a backdoor. And that's so frustrating for CKM.
Oh, I don't get that's frustrating. That's goddamn entertaining. Hell yeah, give me more of that battle, baby.